Awesome. So hello, my name is Tan from Sabil. Thank you for joining us for our latest Kumi Now online gathering, also the first online year. So if you're new here, later on, so you can find information about Kumi Now and then other future online gatherings. Our topic today will be on the story of resilience in Wadi Fuqin village, and we are joined today by Kifa Manasra. The first part of our meeting will be dedicated to our guests, but please stay around after she leaves as we'll engage in a short discussion and dedicate the rest of the hour to action for Palestine. And before we start, I would like to remind you that the session is being recorded and will be shared via a private link after the event. So please make sure your mic is off and please take this into consideration. That said, I will be collecting questions during the Q&A portion. And so if at any point you have a question for Kifa, you can put it in the chat and I'll make sure that we ask her. So to introduce our speaker today, Dr. Kifa Manasra is a Palestinian criminologist and associate professor in Jericho, and she specializes in criminal psychology. Dr. Manasra has published numerous research articles in international and Arab journals addressing topics such as the impact of occupation on the level and nature of crime in Palestinian society. Additionally, she is a leading researcher in the field of sexual crimes. She is one of the founders of the Bakafi movement, which aims to combat domestic violence and promote safer family environments. And beyond academia, Dr. Manasra is an active community advocate dedicated to combating societal violence and promoting women's rights. And Dr. Kifa, you can explain more about yourself if you would like, but I'm just giving everyone a short introduction. And we're very thankful that you're joining us today and giving us your time and talking to us about the topic of displacement in Wadi Fuqin. And so whenever you're ready to begin, we can start. I think you're mute. Okay, we're good.
Hello, good evening. Firstly, I would like to thank you for the invitation and give me this chance to talk about us. And it's a pleasure to me to be here. I hope we'll success to elaborate our issues in my English language. Firstly, I am. It's a very important day, significant day. Today, the genocide will stop in Gaza Strip. That's why inspired us special feelings. We hope to reach the peace and freedom and independent state of Palestinian people. I'm come from a small village, but is strong. The story is big. It concerns the resistance and challenges facing the policy of displacement by Israeli occupations. Wadi Fuqin, located west of Bethlehem district. The population of Wadi Fuqin around 1,400 people, and we have the same number outside of Palestine as refugees in Jordan. the village of Wadi Fuqin has subjected to demolition multiple times since 1984. The people of Wadi Fuqin raised on about 30% of their land area. Now Wadi Fuqin, it's surrounded by Israeli settlements from all directions. We communicate with the outside world only through a narrow street. Most of the people of Wadi Fuqin as a farming the land with vegetables and fruits for the livelihood before the majority of their lands were confiscated. They were displaced multiple times to other village or to the Dehesha refugee camps. Last displacement occurred during the 1967 war. Some were displaced to Jordan, as what I mentioned before, while others remained in the Dehesha camp where they lived until 1972. The decision to return to village required determination and power of will from all the villagers, both men and women. They took advantage of the Jordanian-Israel's negotiations at the time regarding the border change between Jordan and Israel. As a result, the village of Wadi Fuqin was no longer the dividing the line between Jordan and Israel. The people of Wadi Fuqin maintained their connections to the land and continue to access Wadi Fuqin during their years in the Hesha camps. Every morning they would secretly make their way to village and return at dusk to the camp. This sustained connections made the dream of return to village seem achievable. They finally returned in 1972. Are you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you. Over the past 25 years, the village of Wadi Fuqin has lost most of its land due to settlements expansion, and Israeli policies in the area. The village is also continuously exposed to direct threats to what little land remains. These challenges impact the lives of the village's residents who suffer from movement restrictions and constant pressures to protect our land and resources. And in this moment, the Israelis government made many announcements, give us many maps talking about new maps of our village, which means they will confiscate what we have of meters of land. Despite already we lost every our land, just we have a little, and the last year they demolish two houses belong my cousins, because they expand a few meters out of this map. They threats, or they push the people there to displacement to our village in many ways. Now they are put many every day checkpoints to put many obstacles to reach my village. I am living now in Bejala city. It's very close to Wadi Fuqin, where my father and mother and my brother living. And I can't move free. Move. It's free movement. These situations leave us to live under threats and fears to lose this what we have now in our village. The people in my people in Wadi Fuqin believe of non-violent resistance, and they use it when they decided to back our village. And this of course inspired me and all of the youngs in this village in our life, and we still believe of nonviolent resistance, because yeah, we are believe of this. This is tool what we have. But our resistance now to plant our land, I still keep strong. I have a strong connection with our land. My father gave me a small land from from grandfather, and I care of me and my son to go weekly to plant my land. I planted with olive trees, as you know. It's mean a lot of us, the olive tree. We still care of to care of our gardens, our as what we can. Um, this the determinations of my people spurred me to continue my learning, to my studies, and inspired me and give me the power of will to continue as activist woman to against against the violence exactly against the woman, because I know there is a relationship between, if the woman get liberty from the bad tradition or customs, they will get a freedom. Now, now, as what I mentioned, all of the last time, they give us many maps to display, maps for Wadi Fuqin village. Many planning for them for the settlers' life, Israeli settlers. Uh, um, I like this is in general. I like to hear from you if there is a questions, if my speech is clear of you. I like to hear from you, or to hear any questions, please.
Thank you, Dr. Kifa. Yeah, and your presentation was very clear. I think everyone understood your story, so thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
One question I just got is, have you and the villagers had any foreign visitors or any like foreign politicians that have come to visit the village or participate in any of the nonviolent campaigns?
Yes, we met many foreign visitors from Europe, from America. Last time we welcomed institutions from it's called Friends of Wadi Fuqin from America. They came to solidarity with us, many groups, but they try to make a court against the Israel's policy, but until now we don't success. They said we can't do anything. Yes, the voice of settlements or the settlers more loudly than our voice.
Yeah, thank you. And I know you mentioned a little bit about, and I think your research also is on women and gender as well. So I'm very curious in terms of hearing more about the women's roles in Palestine, in the village, or just in general. Like, how important is that for you in terms of thinking about freedom, and things like that?
Yes, I worked a long time with the victims of women who is suffering from Israel's policies, who's forget their sons and demolish their houses. Also, I worked with many victims who suffering from domestic violence, and I reach in the end, if we want to change or make social changing, we should work with who is commit the crime, not with with the victims. I think this is to work with the victims. This strategic masculinity, and this is capitalism strategies to work with only with the victims, not who's commit the crime. Yes, if we want to change and to stop the war and to stop the genocide and to stop who's commit the sexual abuse, who's commit to stop who's commit the domestic violence, we should work with them, with who's use this weapons. This lead me to published and many articles talks about the effects of the occupations towards Palestinian women. And of course, the women in Wadi Fuqin, as the women all in the Palestine's part of the resilience against the occupation. But as you know, the war not encourage the woman and to be outside the home and part of the changing. And the poverty, of course, will not encourage the woman to part of the resistance. That's why we are the women are not have a good role in peace in this situation now, exactly after the war when it started.
Thank you, Kifa. And someone else also asked in terms of settler violence, have the settlers been more violent since October, and how have people living in Wadi Fuqin been navigating, more settler violence?
The settler violence against not for all, even the students in the school in Wadi Fuqin, even the farmers, the women, most of the people suffering from the settler violence. As they stolen even the donkeys, they stolen it. They try to stolen our types of life and everything. They can move freely in the roads, but we can't move freely. I face many obstacles when I go my job every day. I should pass through 2 or 3 checkpoints, and I have to stop more than 2 hours or 3 hours. Every day I late to give my lectures to my students at the university. Every day. I have to, every day I back to my home lately. I should prepare myself and wake up early before 2 hours to reach my job early and give my lecture and talk about because I'm a criminologist, talk about the criminal policy and how we of course we can't cope with this ways with these obstacles. Of course we can't cope, but we also all the time talking with my people in Wadi Fuqin and my students how to should continue our life, because if we go to our job or to our schools, which means we have still control on our life, because they don't want us to move or to think, to learn, to be helpless, to feel as helplessness. No, we don't. We try to keep in touch with by Zoom, by face to face. Of course, we want to contact with each other face to face because this encourage us to continue, not to stay at the home and leave the roads for the settlers, leave everything for the settlers. This is what they try to do with us, to stay to keep us stay the home and push us to this to leave our homes to they indirect ways. Many young, many youngs thinking to push them to leave the country. And of course, we against this policy. We want to stay here and to build ourselves and to continue to build our state.
Thank you, Kifa. And, our audience right now, we have about 80 people in the room, and they're all, around the world. So when you're describing, your struggles and your challenges every day, I'm also wondering what your message is to us and how we can support you, how people can learn more about Wadi Fuqin and the story of your village. And are there any other ways that we can help if we're like an international or foreigner?
Yes, I think your voice, it's very important of Palestinian people, of Wadi Fuqin people. Your visit or your solidarity with us is very important to reach our voice to any place, to anyone in the world. One day, we will. I think we will maybe control and change the government who is control the world now. To visit us, you give the encouragement or the people directly. I met many women in Wadi Fuqin. They told me they have felt happy when any visitors come from outside. Encourage him. There is a people know about us. Encourage us. Believe of our rights. And we, of course, we hope to struggle in your country, in your parliament, in the streets. Yes, I think this will help us, sure. Yani.
Thank you so much for providing the advice. And yeah, I encourage everyone, if you can, to pay a visit to Palestine and visit Wadi Fuqin. Another way also, people are asking how we can support your work. Like, are any of your writings available in English online?
Uh,
I don't think she heard you.
I don't hear you. Please repeat.
Sorry, can you hear me? I think my internet was a little unstable.
Yes.
Is everyone okay? I was saying that someone had asked a question about how to support your work, as well if any of your writings are available in English online, or just more about what you teach in criminology. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course, welcome if any suggestions. Some of my articles I published in English in international journal, some of them in Arabic. I welcome of exchange the ideas and to write articles talk about how the Israel's occupations affects to increase the crime inside the society, Palestinian society, about the effects of occupations, about the hate of voice, increase of the hate of voice. We are proud as a Palestinian of moral speeches. We still, despite we are the Israel's occupation put us under many pressures, threats. We still have a morals. we believe of non-violent resistance. We want to use our tools, not their tools. This is our yeah. I think it's good to make articles about that. Maybe we need make lectures where raising awareness raising exchange program يعني, for example.
Wonderful, thank you. A few other questions I'm having is if does the Palestinian Authority participate in the lockdown of the village? I know, in the recent weeks, the Palestinian Authority also has been more active. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that. Someone else also asked how difficult it is to get from Wadi Fuqin, from Bethlehem, or from Jerusalem, if you know.
You asked me if the Palestinian Authority shared.
Yeah, someone just asked if they've been participating in the lockdown of Wadi Fuqin, or is the area mostly controlled by settlers and the military?
You know, the BA and they can't control security. They didn't have security control in the area C or B. And they give many limitations to the BA to work to encourage or to help the people in Wadi Fuqin or many villages. The BA now live under also threats like the people in Wadi Fuqin. All of the Palestinian people now facing threats by Israel's policies, that's why they try to keep the education is continue in the university and the schools and to continue our life by any way. They try to make obstacles between the cities. Despite of that, the Ministry of Education encourage the university open their doors and encourage the education face to face, not only use the Zoom, because if you use the online teaching, which means you will leave the road for the settlers. The Ministry of Education encourage people go to the schools, go to the universities, open all of anything related of the BA. Yes, I don't know if I respond your question or not.
No, that was great. Thank you, Kifa.
Okay.
And this is related, I mean, just in terms of the path from like Bethlehem to Wadi Fuqin. I mean, you mentioned going to work, you have to encounter a lot of checkpoints. So, and you said that, you're living near Bet Jalla, you said Bet Jalla, which is really close, but how difficult it is for you to go, if you're in Bethlehem, for example, to Wadi Fuqin.
When I went to Wadi Fuqin, I should go early. I can't late evening. It's very dangerous of me. And before only yesterday, I went to visit my mother, my family there. There is a checkpoint, all of their women soldiers. Yes, they asked me about the ID and my daughter, and why you are coming now to visit, why you are coming to Wadi Fuqin now? It's around 7 o'clock night, yeah, 7 o'clock. I told I want to visit my family. and they said also why who's come with you also, and I said no, nobody يعني and they said no, don't let. And my family, when I reach my mother and father, just I spent 1 hour, all of the time pushed me to leave early because they afraid if I let, they will stop me again. These situations not easy, not normal life. I can't forget this chance to visit my village. You know, really, I'm live with fears to displacement my people there, to lost what I have, because I'm proud my father give me a land, small land. I like it. I keep in touch with, I keep a good, a strong connection with my land. I like it because this is my village. That's why, yani, not easy. Not, this is not normal life to live with fears and threats. No, I want to share you just a moment. Is photos from Wadi Fuqin. If you like, if you like.
Yes, you can share. I
Okay.
give you, you
Yes,
should be able to share the screen. So let me.
please.
Mhm. Okay, I think you should have permission. So try it now.
Okay, it's clear.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
This is area. This is me in the right side. You note this area. It's very, this mountain. It's empty. You know, you can see this the changing. What happened now? What if you can before in the same place? You can see the settlements behind me. How became. They took most of this area. Yes, this is before and this is after. This is now. They continue and expand. They very, very close to Wadi Fuqin houses. You know, it's become 80,000 people, settlers, before 5 years. But Wadi Fuqin still now around the population 1,400. We can't build any new houses. As what I mentioned, they demolish 2 houses related belong to my cousins the beginning the last year, but they you can see how the settlements become and eat all of the land. This is, of course, this area where under threats. They want to confiscate this area. You can see the Wadi Fuqin in the middle and the Bitar elite settlements, how to expand. You can see. This is my father, my mother, Yes, this is me and my father. This piece of land who was give me. This is also my son with me because really we have a strong connection with our land. This is my mother and my uncle. Also, this is only what we have now, and they threat us to take it. Yeah, yes, I finished.
Well, thank you so much for sharing these pictures. Someone asked, the first picture you shared, how long ago was the first picture, between that and then the settlements now being built?
The first picture,
Yeah.
this. Well, this is when I was, I think, around before 30 years, or yes, 25 years.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing the pictures with us and your story. Someone also asked if you know the name of the settlement that has been kind of taking over the land.
Yeah, this is Bitar, it's called Bitar Elite, of the east of Wadi Fuqin, and Sur Hadassa, west of Wadi Fuqin. Of course, and the north of Wadi Fuqin and south confiscated. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Does anyone else have questions for Dr. Kifa?
Yes. Yes, please.
Still looking at the chat in case, but okay, I'm seeing links to Friends of Wadi Fuqin. So people, if you are interested in supporting Wadi Fuqin, you can visit that website. I think that's where the campaign is being hosted. Megan has your hand raised, so you can unmute and ask.
Thank you, Kifa, for excellent, for brilliant way you've explained the difficulties there. Could you please tell us whether you have kept all the records and whether these records are stored abroad? Because I fear of so many things being destroyed, like they have done in Gaza. The records of people, the records of land ownership, the records of treatment. Please save these things. I'm sure you probably are saving it, but to send it abroad so that they're stored. Because the day will come when they will have to justify all this, and I'm absolutely certain there is no other way. Thank you, Kifa, for such a wonderful sharing of your time with us.
Thank you for your concern. Yes, we try to document everything and how the settlements expand day to day. We try, but as you know, we can't keep any information about our friends from outside on our mobile. Maybe you stop you're in any checkpoints and check your connections and read the connection with your friends in the world. This is what happened of my cousin. They stopped him on the checkpoint. They asked me, why you are talking with Italian people about Wadi Fuqin? What's the relationship? What will you try to do with them? And he punished them and he stopped them more and 5 hours. Yeah, to document this not easy. You know, as if we want to welcome any friends, يعني we success to welcome many friends from different country. They until now we are successful. We will continue of that, and we have good friends from Belgium, from Italia, from French, from America. Yes, they try to help us, and there is we succeed to publish an as a book talked about the history of Wadi Fuqin. Yes, the last month, yeah, we published as one from Wadi Fuqin. They published a book talking about the history of Wadi Fuqin.
Amazing. Do you have the book title by any chance?
Sorry?
Do you have the book title? Like the title of the book?
The title, yes, it's like a novel. Novel? Yes,
Yeah.
but in Arabic,
Okay.
they work to translate to English.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, and hopefully if the English translation comes out, we can share it with our audience.
Yes.
It seems like there's no other questions, but we do want to say thank you so much for teaching us about Samud and your story and all the challenges, despite all the challenges you face, the hope that you're currently still holding on to and inspiring, people around the world about. Is there any other message, one last message you want to tell us to your audience at all?
Really, I want to thank you, to thank everyone. You were to be here. It's mean a lot of us and support of us. And sure we will continue our non-violent resistance. This is, despite they are push us to non-believe of this, but we will believe of our tools, schemes from our heritage as Palestinian people. We will not believe of their tools as the capitalism tools. We will not use it. We don't believe it. Wadi Fuqin give this example, but we will continue, and we have hope. Of course, we have hope, and we will teach our all the generations. We will keep to have our narrative, our stories. We are right of this land, and yes.
Thank you so much. And I'm seeing a lot of messages thanking you for sharing your story. And again, please, if you have a chance to visit Palestine, to pay a visit to Wadi Fuqin. And yeah, and there's the website that someone sent also in terms of supporting the campaign. So yeah, Dr. Kifa, if you are busy, you feel free to leave, but we'll dedicate maybe the next 10 minutes just to talk about specific actions that people can do to support Palestine. So that's what we'll be doing for the next 10 minutes. But I do want to say again, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing with us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. I hope to see you in Palestine when we get freedom and liberation.
Inshallah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
So I'll dedicate, I know some feedback has been given to me in terms of how we want to approach action. So we're going forward, I'll have like an intro slide. So we'll have people, you can complete actions at the beginning. But I also just want to open up time for discussion now. And I can send the link for the action page again, but I won't elaborate too much on it unless people want me to talk about specific campaigns. So I'll just put it in the group chat, the link to the actions that you can do this week. And I'll open, so it's almost time for our meeting to end, but I'll keep our meeting open for the next 5 to 10 minutes. If you want to still complete the action together, or if you have specific questions on the actions, or also want to share anything that's happening in your communities that people might be curious about.